Welcome back everyone. In our first video we talked about theory. Today we move to practice. We will set up our digital workspace, install Visual Studio Code and write our first real HTML code. Grab your coffee, open your laptops and let's start without wasting time. Alright, now let's move on to setting up our environment for writing code. To do this, we need a digital workspace and we will use Visual Studio Code or VS Code for short. It's completely free and the industry standard. I am going to show you how to download and install it right now step by step. Let's go to their website and get it installed. Great, now that we have VS Code open, we need to add a couple of small tools called extensions to make our work much easier. Go to the extensions tab on the left. The first one we need is live server. This is a live server. It allows us to see the changes we make to our website in real time, instantly in the browser. The second one is Prettier, which automatically keeps our code clean and organized. Let's install both of them. Before we start creating our page, I want to give you a very important piece of advice. Please do not try to memorize and of the codes or tags we are going to learn. Neither I nor any professional expert memorizes all the codes out there. Just like forgetting a math formula, you will forget codes sometimes. That's completely normal. Whenever you forget something, you will just go to Google, do a little research and find it. That's exactly how real developers work. Don't stress about memorizing and let's just focus on understanding the logic. Now that our workspace is ready, let's create our very first web page. To keep things organized, go to your desktop, right-click and create a new folder. Let's name it My First Website. Now simply drag and drop this folder directly into VS Code or open it from the File menu. Once the folder is open in VS Code, we need to create our actual HTML file. Click the new file icon right here and name it index.html. Why do we call it index? Because when you finally publish a website to the internet, servers automatically look for a file named index.html as the main default homepage. Make sure you don't forget the .html extension at the end, because that's exactly what tells our computer and the browser what kind of file this is. And just like that, our website web page file is successfully created. Friends, when we type exclamation mark in VS Code and press enter, some code automatically appears on the screen. At first glance, it might look a bit complicated, but don't be intimidated. This code is actually the fundamental skeleton of every website. Now let's break this skeleton down together and understand exactly what everything does in a very simple way. Exclamation mark, the type HTML, the protocol, this is not actually an HTML tag. This is the very first message we give to the browser, like Chrome or Safari. We are telling the browser, hey, I wrote this page using the latest standard HTML5. Please apply the rules accordingly and display it without any issues when reading my page. HTML and /HTML. The main box. This is our biggest main container. If you notice, all the other code is located between these two tags. This tag tells the browser where our HTML document starts and where it ends. Head, the head section, behind the scenes. This is the brain of our website, the behind the scenes control center. Remember that absolutely nothing written between head and /head is visible to the users on the page, meaning on the screen. So what does it do? Here we handle the background settings of our site. For example, the name of the site that appears at the top of the browser, on the tab, the title, tag is written exactly here. The technical information Google needs to find our site is also added here. Body, I mean the body section, the stage. And here we are at the most important part. The body section is the visible face of our website, our main stage. Friends, when a user enters your site, everything they see on the screen, I mean the text they read, the image they look at, the buttons they click, must absolutely be written between these body and /body tags. If we want to show something on the screen, this is the place for it. Throughout the course, our main work will be exactly inside this body, the vital HTML tags. Now let's see what we can write inside our body, meaning the body section. Friends, when creating a web page, there are some vital tags that we will use constantly. There is no need to memorize any of them. They will naturally stick in your memory as you write them. Let's take a look at the most important ones, know and briefly learn what they do. Header section, the top section. It is the highest point of our page. When you enter a site, the logo and the navigation menus you see at the top. Yeah, those are written inside this header tag. It is like the head of the site. Div, our boxes. Here we are at the most important tag, the one we will use the most. A div is actually an empty box, a container. We gather everything into these boxes to group our codes, text and images, to tidy them up and style them into the feature. H1 to H6, headings. These tags are our text headings. H1 is our biggest and most important heading, for example, the main title of the site. As the numbers get bigger, meaning as we go towards H6, both the size of the headings shrink and their importance decreases. paragraph. It stands for the word paragraph. All those regular texts, long writings, and article blogs you see on a site are written inside this tag. Links. This is the anchor, meaning the link tag. If we want to click on a text or a button to redirect to another page or a different website, we use this tag. This is the main tag that makes the internet the internet. Images. As you can guess, it is for adding pictures to our page. This tag has one difference. It is one of the rare self-closing tags, meaning there is no need to write /img at the end of it. footer, I mean the bottom section. And finally, the footer, this is the lowest section of our site, meaning the footer part. When you scroll to the very bottom of the site, the contact information, social media links, and copyrights, I mean the all rights reserved text, you see are placed exactly inside this box. As you can see, there is nothing complicated about it. Everything has a logical explanation. In our next lesson, we will start practicing with these tags and build our first real page. With this, you have not only written the fundamental skeleton of a website, but also completely understood the logic behind it. You did a great job. Now it's your turn. Open VS Code, test these tags yourself, make plenty of mistakes, and learn by fixing them, keeping writing code without any fear. In our next video, we will add more structure to our page and start making things look much better. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video, so you don't miss the upcoming lessons. Take care of yourselves, and see you in the next lesson.